things are not going well today. Yeah. So, I started out preparing to do another episode of my new blog talk radio show called Music Masters. And I was going to talk about something that I'm very passionate about. However, all of that got interrupted with some healthcare issues, only because of inefficiency down there at the office, at the call lines. Who are these people taking the calls? Well, I have a hunch about who they are. They might be people who need to be retrained, re-entered into the workforce. Not very bright, okay? One thing that we have now with these cell phones is you can look right on your screen and see exactly how long it is that you've been on hold or you've been hanging out with these idiots trying to get something real simple done, like you want the phone number for the OTC benefits. Yeah. We're talking 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You're stuck in the loop. But then it got me to thinking. I, meanwhile, had missed the Blog Talk Radio show. But it got me thinking about something else. Because guess what I had to listen to for 20 minutes? Guess. Just guess. I had to listen to an advertisement for getting a vaccine, a flu vaccine. It was an advertisement. I grew up watching, anybody else my age, watching TV and listening to the radio. I know what an advertisement is. That's exactly what it was. But I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about here. Not just the advertisement, where what it said over and over again was that antibiotics aren't helpful. They're only good for bacterial infections. And a cold and flu is something else. And if you have the flu, what you should do is you should drink fluids. This is what it said, drink fluids and get a lot of rest. And it should be gone within 7 to 10 days. However, the advertisement is for getting a flu vaccine because here's their argument. I want to talk about something called logic and science. Here's what, because it can prevent or lower. See, but that's different. The word advertising is a place where they use words like can, might, maybe. You've all gotten that thing in the mail that says, you may be a winner. But it's packaged in a container that gives you the impression that you did win. But you have to really check to see that it said you may have been a winner. See? And if you're taking, if you're learning to do voiceover commercials, one of the first things they tell you, because I know this because I didn't take any lessons very long, but the one little brief one is about accenting certain words. And those words are usually words that normally we wouldn't be accenting, making them happy sounding and exciting. Like that. See, I can't even do it because I can just only go to the let's make fun of this part of the deal. I had to listen to this over and over and over and over. And it began to occur to me that for my own health, I want protection from having to be exposed to that kind of horse shit. Because that's what it is. It's pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is when you're not using logic in the scientific process. And the information that we've all been receiving about colds and flus and antibiotics, there's something amiss here. Something big time. And we can tell that because of our own personal experiences with our bodies and the way they feel and the way they are responding and the way they react. And then we have what, quote, healthcare professionals tell us. They're supposed to be the experts. But as you get involved in your own healthcare and in the system, what you find out is that No, not necessarily so. How much education do doctors receive on pharmacology? Oh, that's the pharmacist. That's why when you go to the pharmacist sometimes, they will kind of act like they are the authority. I've had that happen a couple of times. Nurses. For a while, the main thing that nurses did in our healthcare system, and this was a switch from when I was a child, their role in any medical facility is they're able to dispense drugs. So they're the ones who have to be there about the drugs. Now, did they go to pharmacology school? Well, I guess that depends on which nursing school they went to, you know, and what they minored in and what they're interested in. But you, as the patient who's supposedly talking to an expert, is not privy to this information immediately. Probably if you were to ask that nurse those kinds of questions, they may even be offended. If they told you something like, well, they got their nursing degree at Bronx Community College, and you said, you know what, I'd like to see somebody else here, please. Was that a mail order? Is that a mail order degree or what? See? Now, here's issue number 2 that I want to address. So, whilst I was doing this errand, which took me over an hour, and I really did not even completely accomplish the 2 goals that I needed to do by the phone, which could have been dealt with in a completely different way, except that the people who are dealing with the insurance company, well, they have their heads in a different ballpark, right? They're office managers. That's what they're, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I love this paragraph. This comes with a non-discrimination notice. It's about discrimination is against the law, and if you feel like you've been discriminated, here's how you can file your grievance. But check this out. Check out this little paragraph here. Molina Healthcare does not unlawfully discriminate, exclude people, or treat them differently because of sex, race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, ethnic group identification, age, mental disability, physical disability, medical condition, genetic information, marital status, gender identity, or sexual orientation. So it says, does not discriminate, exclude people, or treat them differently. This is the key phrase, or treat them differently. So we have, what they're expecting us to believe is that they have human beings who are dealing with other human beings, and they're not supposed to treat them differently because of sex, race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, ethnic group identification, age, mental disability, physical disability, medical condition, genetic information, marital status, gender identity, or sexual orientation. So, what's up with this? Is this possible? Or are we supposed to just now continue with this list that I just gave? Or are we supposed to add to this list as our awareness of the different ways that we perceive each other according to culture? Because 3 of these categories fit into a category called culture. Right? See? We need some good lawyers here. That's what we need. People who understand what logic is and have studied it. And take shit like this, like I just read to you, and go inside. I'll tell you who was mentioned on that advertisement that I had to listen to for, 35 or 40 minutes. The CDCP, the Center for Disease Control. That's right. That's really, if you listen closely to it over and over and over and over again, the other thing that they're saying is it's the CDC who has said that get your flu vaccine today. That's actually what it says. It ends up by saying that. Get it today. The fuck? It's an advertisement. Get it today. Who the fuck are they talking to? See? That's my point about all of this. That's what I'm watching. All you people who think that it's a good thing. You're not thinkers. You're really not. And I don't care how much that insults you.